Hi, I'm Thomas, and welcome to the Geeks Among Us podcast. And this is everyone. Give your best intro, real quick. Bobby.
Tom, your intro sucked. Here's how you do it. All right, how is everyone doing? Welcome to YouTube. This is the Geeks Among Us podcast. Here we're talking about everything superhero, comics, video games, anything you want. Just leave us a recommendation, and none of y'all can top that. So try it.
I think that the leaving of the recommendations and all that stuff should go at the end of the video. So
Well,
give me a second. I got this. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today it's us, the Geeks Among Us, and we are here with another podcast.
What's your name?
Beat
Fuck it,
that.
I can't top those. Hey guys, you clicked into this shit, so this is what you're getting. Geeks Among Us. 4, 5, 6 maybe nerds just talking about comic book stuff in the modern day.
Okay,
Deal with it.
I
You clicked
vote
into
for Ryan.
it.
I vote
Alright.
for Ryan.
I vote for Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan. Okay, so the last one was Ryan. One before him was Jesse, first me, and then Bobby, obviously.
My name is Bobby, but you have to call me Nighthawk.
I'm Cyberproof.
Okay, stepbrother. Let's chill. All right, so
You guys will come to recognize our voices by the way we talk, don't worry. It'll take a little bit, but it'll happen.
yes.
I'm usually the
agreed.
one laughing after everything I say.
So you're Joey Tribbiani.
Fuck, you're that guy.
Alright, so basically what's going to happen is, like Bobby said, we talk everything geek, comics, video games, movies, TV shows, regular books, graphic novels, etc., etc. You get the deal. Today, the first discussion we're doing is favorite superhero. We wanted to do something real nice and easy to get everyone in. I promise we won't scare everyone away. And who wants to start with their favorite superhero?
I'll go.
I
Alright.
actually have a question first before anyone goes. By
Yes.
superhero, do you just mean by comics, or can we do anything?
Let's focus on just comics for now. We're gonna get into. Trust me, we're gonna get into more stuff. All right. So Bobby asked to go first. So Bobby, I already know the answer.
Batman. To me, no one has shit on Batman. Like with Iron Man, you take away the suit, you take away his money, he's just a guy. With Batman, you take away his suit, you take away his money, he's still a black belt in fucking every single type of martial art there is. You cannot touch Batman. He has a contingency plan for everything. You
Yeah,
give
because
him
he's the only one that needs one. He's the most fragile.
That's actually true.
You give him 5 minutes to prepare, he can take on any other superhero or villain. Yes, I know the whole debate. If there was no prep time, Superman could just come and snap his neck, but that's not the point. He's
solved.
Just the fact that Batman's the only one who's had team up TV shows like Batman Brave and the Bold. Just another thing saying that he's the only one that needs help.
yeah.
Oh. All right. So
throwing shade really early on.
Well,
Damn.
well.
To add
Also, I just like the fact. What was I even gonna say? I just like the fact that Batman is kind of just a regular guy. Like I know he's Bruce Wayne and he's rich and everything, but at the end of the day, he's just a regular guy who worked hard to
his
gain
parents
his
killed-
skills. Well, his parents did get killed.
Yep.
What are you saying? That's not normal. You're saying kids whose parents got killed aren't
Okay.
normal, Ryan? What are you doing, huh? Come on, man.
Oh,
Listen,
man,
I'm
we're
just
already
saying
getting into
that
this.
they probably have some. They're gonna have something mental. They're gonna have mental scarring for the rest of their life. So not as normal as a normal person. Like you don't see someone else on the street running around going, "I'm Batman," and trying to kill somebody.
unless it's Comic-Con.
I
Actually-
actually do think that someone in Chicago, I think it was, or it was a major city, actually dressed up like a vigilante with tasers and like tried to fight crime and was arrested the night he started.
Actually,
Okay, I want that article.
actually, during the clown epidemic of 2016, some town in London, a guy dressed up like Batman and beat up the killer clowns, and they never saw him again. So yeah, that is an actual thing. Google it.
Oh, well, fair enough.
All right, let's move
All right,
on to
yes, fair enough.
Ryan.
I almost love every single hero in Marvel and DC, so it's gonna be tougher for me.
Good cop-out
number-
answer.
Shush. Number one would be Flash. only because he's the guy who is literally his own demon in the sense of where he can't live as Barry Allen while also living as the Flash, and they're actually exploring that in the current Rebirth issues. Go buy them. I'm gonna make you very uncomfortable today.
Don't spoil them because I only read up to volume 2.
Not spoiler review, guys. Don't worry. So they're currently in like a new Golden Age form, and it's just fucking awesome. So, but after Flash would be Spider-Man, of course, and then I think my third one would probably be. I forgot. Oh well, I'll remember it eventually. But still, Flash and Spider-Man can't go wrong.
Yeah, and going off of that, one thing that I love about the Flash is he's kind of like the moral compass of the Justice League. Like whenever people are just like, we should kill this person, Batman always says no, but he says no in a really fucked up way to make it seem like he's still an asshole, which is another thing I love about Batman. He can always sound like an asshole regardless of what he's trying to argue for. And
I didn't even have to say that one.
We should save these puppies. But yeah, like Flash is kind of just like the common ground. And usually what he believes is, is just the genuine right thing to do.
Also, I forgot to preface this because no one else did. Whenever we discuss the comic book characters, we will try our best to put them in continuity, but for the sake of just getting an overview of the characters, we won't put them anywhere specifically. This is just like a general overview of what the characters tend to stand for and what they tend to do, especially along with kicking ass, taking names, and making sure people get saved.
Well, also, just I'm kind of also referring to the TV show, and if you haven't watched season 3 yet, I'm going to give all of you 5 seconds to click away because I'm about to spoil it.
Oh,
5,
countdown.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You've been warned.
When it's revealed that Iris isn't actually dead and that HR took the bullet for the team, messing up the timeline, Barry took in Savitar and tried to change him. It was not the right thing to do, because of what eventually happened with them, with Savitar Barry eventually turning on them. But it was just who Barry is as a person that made him do that. Like, he felt wrong kind of just letting Savitar drift away into nothingness. And even though Savitar had just killed HR, was going to kill Iris, it was just something that Barry felt he had to do, even though he probably shouldn't have.
Although probably the most ironic part about that is Iris ends up shooting him in the face, regardless of which, as he is about to kill Barry, has his back turned.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's true too.
Brutal. All right, let's move on to Jesse.
Oh, okay, it's my turn. My eyes can stop glazing over. Okay, cool. If you guys couldn't tell, I am the devil's advocate of the group. Mostly because I just couldn't care less for DC.
Fuck us then, right?
To tell you the truth, my favorite character would have to be... it is a really, really tie between my original favorite and my newer favorite. I'm going to have to go with the original because he was my first. I'd have to say War Machine. He is silver and black Iron Man suit with a freaking Gatling gun on his shoulder. You just don't get cooler than that.
No. You gotta give respect to that.
Your favorite character is Tony Stark's bitch.
Oh, shit.
Okay, just the fact that Iron Man doesn't have a Gatling gun on his shoulder, like that wasn't just something, oh yeah, I should probably put like a giant gun on my shoulder. That wasn't something that I first thought of. Come on. If I'm gonna have a metal suit, I'm gonna have a ton of guns on the metal suit.
Your argument for why he's your favorite character is because he has a Gatling gun. That's what I've gotten out of this conversation.
As I said, that was my original. If I'd have to go with the newer one, it would be Deadpool because...
Yeah, stick with the newer one.
Yeah, I figured as much.
On the War Machine term, the dude, by the end of one of his solo runs, I think in like the like 2010 to 2012, I might have the time displaced, but he becomes the god of war. Like, he actually beats the shit out of Ares to get the title, and he actually takes the title.
Well,
The dude becomes a living tank.
To be fair, beating the shit out of Ares is not that hard.
But
well, in Marvel,
Tony Stark, for whatever, I forget why he was, but when Tony Stark becomes out of commission, the same way that She-Hulk replaces Hulk, War Machine does replace Iron Man for quite a while in the Avengers comics.
Well, also, like, Bucky replaces Steve Rogers, Dick Grayson replaces Batman.
It's all about legacies, but we are not going to get into Marvel legacy because that was very interesting.
Besides, Bucky replaced Steve after, spoiler alert for Civil War. I don't know how this is a spoiler alert anymore, but very generous. But he gets shot in the fucking face by Crossbones, and then the girl he loves shoots him in the gut after being brainwashed, and then Bucky takes over.
He didn't get shot in the face. He got shot in the chest.
Okay, so either way, he was shot by Crossbones.
Yeah, and then Sharon put three rounds in his gut.
Which didn't help.
No, did not help at all. Love is dead.
All right, do you want to make any more arguments for War Machine before we move on?
Nope.
The thing is, I think any arguments I would have made originally for him were completely eradicated the second that Iron Patriot was a thing. So yeah, Deadpool.
All right, Deadpool. Make your argument for Deadpool. I mean, it's not really hard to make an argument for him, but make your argument.
This is a podcast.
For those that
we are
don't
going
know
to be
Deadpool.
on YouTube. That's Deadpool in a nutshell.
All right, fair point. Now to move on to mine. That
Right, we have to sit through this now.
Oh, hey, no, hey, that's my line.
Okay,
That's
Jesse,
my line.
you think you were Devil's Advocate. My favorite superhero is Aquaman.
To which he has a tattoo of.
Yes, I do. On my bicep. But that's beside the point. You're never going to see this.
Yes, because everyone just really wants to see that, right? Oh, wait, no, sorry.
No,
they
also
can't.
you...
Thank God.
And in fact, it's a full-on audio podcast, so just like imagine someone gently caressing their arm while having the symbol of Atlantis on it.
Damn right.
That's exactly what it is.
And no, it's not the Star Trek logo.
And also while wearing a Venom t-shirt.
Okay, I do have an Aquaman shirt somewhere, but
in all fairness, for liking the Flash, I'm currently wearing an Overwatch Reinhardt t-shirt, so he's my main choice.
I'm wearing a keep calm and carry on Yoda shirt. So
and I'm wearing my Res Life staff shirt. So.
But all right, in defense of Aquaman. Okay, I know the '60s kind of nerfed the shit out of him. But what about the whales guy?
We didn't need the '60s for that. We could just use a desert.
Okay, if you would read Jeff Johns' run on Aquaman in the New 52,
I know this. He has super strength, right? Okay, I wonder else who has super strength. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Superman.
Okay, this is kind of a spoiler for Rebirth, so Bobby, if you don't want to hear this, it's real quick.
As Bobby takes out his headphones, but Thomas is still in the other room.
Just give me a thumbs up when I can put my headphones back in.
Okay.
I got you.
He knocks the shit.
No, I was kidding.
He knocks the shit out of Superman. Like, he punches him straight across the face and knocks him
so was
across
Alfred.
the field. Okay, but Alfred had super pills. All right.
Hold on.
Alfred's beating the crap out of Superman too.
But he has super pills.
Yeah, Alfred does beat the crap out of Superman.
But he had super pills.
Which could I just say is like my best 5 or 6 panels of a comic book ever.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Along with best 5 or 6 panels of a comic book, Arthur being let's put it this way: if you ever get to play Injustice the video game, or if you've ever heard of it, there's a panel in the comic books where they have a prequel to it before the first game. You better fucking watch it because it's beautiful.
Wait, is this year 5?
No, it's actually year 1.
Okay,
it's where Superman literally lifts Atlantis out of the sea and then puts it on the ground in the desert with a Green Lantern's help. To which Arthur's like, "Well, fuck."
Yeah.
See, there you go.
And yet he comes back to kick ass.
And then anytime like Batman tried to recruit Aquaman was just like, dude, fuck you. I'm gonna get killed if I do this.
Especially
Aquaman.
in Justice League.
In the original Justice League TV show, Aquaman was there from like the beginning, and he never joined. Either way, he still never joined.
Aquaman
I
is
will say
ruler
though
of
about
75%
Aquaman,
of the planet.
New 52 does make him look a lot better than the previous like adaptations. Where I'm not gonna lie, he's a pussy. So, and also I think Jason Momoa is gonna give a lot of new attention to the character.
Oh,
And I feel like Jason Momoa will make people want to pick up an Aquaman comic, and they might be disappointed when they see that it's not Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I was about to say, and then after 5 minutes of reading, they put that down to the shit.
Okay, but still, there's more to Aquaman than just being the bitch.
Wait, there's more to him than meets the eye? What is he, a Transformer now?
He does have awesome villains.
He does.
I was about to do the theme song, but I decided not
And
to.
you know
Okay,
what?
but
You know why you never
we don't
hear
want to
about
get out
Aquaman
they
villains?
have to have good
Because
villains.
he does his fucking job. He only has, like, maybe 2 or 3 notable villains. One is his brother. And he's not
Because
going
he's
to
under
kill
the
his
ocean.
brother.
What villains are you going to give him? A giant squid?
He fights
I
Cthulhu
mean-
on an annual basis.
Not only that, but he actually in the reason why Black Manta hates his guts is because Aquaman, quote unquote, accidentally kills his father. Meanwhile, in the older comics where the first happened, he meant to, thinking that it was actually somebody else, and because of that, Black Manta became his foremost enemy. But
Yeah.
they're doing a really great job of giving both characters justice in DC Rebirth. So please check out all those comics.
Rebirth is just amazing with Aquaman. But also,
Yeah,
he
Go for it.
can give people seizures, because we all technically evolved from some kind of fish. Aquaman controls fish. I don't remember what panel it was, but late in like maybe 80s or 90s, he gave a man a seizure using his mind.
Yes, and
I mean,
science has made
there
a
are
lot of
two-
discoveries since then, Thomas.
Okay,
That's why he's
but
never
still,
done it again.
I stand by that. We still evolved from fish. Aquaman controls fish. He
Not
has
necessarily.
slight-
No, Thomas.
Tom,
No.
maybe
Fish
you
probably
maybe
evolved
you
from the
evolved
same
from a fish.
things. Fish may have evolved from the same things as us,
I
but
will
we're probably
gladly-
different
Yeah, that
strands.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna save Thomas from this roasting session by pointing out a single fact. In the New 52, when Mera is trying to gauge a domestic abuser, she literally extracts a liquid from his entire body and holds it in her hand for 5 minutes, waiting for the dude to die. The only thing that stopped her was the cops
Yes,
trying
I
to shoot
remember
her,
that.
and she was like, "Nah, I'm only gonna give you half your blood. I'm only gonna give you half your water back." And the girl was removed from the house. But it was super funny because Arthur could do the same thing, but similarly to the Flash, he keeps his true power hidden away because if he were to, he could probably do a big amount of damage to surface area, especially because of modern hurricanes and how powerful they are. Like, that dude controls them.
As a villain, Aquaman would be great as a villain because he controls all of the sea life. So, like, even in the beginning of the New 52, he used fucking megalodons against the parademons. Like, megalodons.
Well,
He has
okay,
annual fights with Cthulhu. Like, he has an army that could destroy the American military, as proven in Rebirth.
okay, but that's all him being a king. That's not himself, his own powers.
Also, he's a fucking king.
But could I just say this one thing? If any of you haven't played Injustice: Gods Among Us 1 yet, then beware spoilers. But I'm sure you have. This isn't even a story point. It's just one of Aquaman's moves is calling down a thunderbolt upon a victim once he stabs his trident. Thank you, into them. So
That's not a
supposedly-
spoiler.
I know, but
That's
that's saying
section.
that where does that come from again? Isn't it like Zeus helping him out or something? Doesn't he like call on the power of Zeus or something to do that?
No.
In theory, you could. In theory, if we're talking about like climate science, I'm sure there's a way for him to manipulate to produce like.
Yeah, I know, but
he's
doesn't
been
he
able to
say
manipulate
something
Zork
in
before.
the actual? Doesn't he make a statement to like when he's doing it at one point or something like that?
Sure. Shazam. Done.
I was thinking
That's
the same
not what I
thing.
meant, but either way,
I like you, my man.
you're taking a world in which Wonder Woman, all the Greek gods exist. He isn't Poseidon.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
He's not exactly the king of the
Oh.
ocean.
No, he's the king of the ocean because the gods, like the gods, only intervened in Injustice. Injustice where after the new gods couldn't fight him. Or
But
after
they
the new
still
gods,
exist.
Yo, that was a dope fight,
the
though.
old gods decided to take a crack at them, and then both the old and the new have to clash, and then they almost clash into each other, but the old gods were driven away by the new gods to say, let them be alone because they're gonna destroy themselves.
Even
to,
not
like-
even not in Injustice though, just the fact that these the Greek gods exist. Just that same point.
I'm pretty sure in year 4, like when they were all fighting, Aquaman shows up and kicks the crap out of Poseidon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm not really that big into DC, so I don't know any of this. I just have played the game in multiplayer before, so yeah.
Well, that also just might be the DC writers being like, "Fuck you, our characters are better than gods."
All right,
As someone who
that's
loves
kind of
the
the
Percy
point.
Jackson series,
yes,
screw the DC writers.
but also fuck
I mean, come
Hera.
on.
Fuck Hera.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
fuck
Zeus
Hera.
did.
Actually, he never did.
Not
He
in
had to
that.
stick his dick in everything else. All right, but so since most of us picked a DC character, and we're only 21 minutes in, how about we switch it up? Everybody who chose a DC character has to pick a Marvel character, and
And then after that, we can
the
choose
one- and the
non-comic
one-
book
and the-
superheroes.
the one
All right,
person
that's
who picked and the one person who picked Marvel has to pick a DC character.
Damn it! Okay, I'm gonna have to go last on this one. I don't know.
I can start
Shit.
us off.
All right, yeah, Ryan, start us off because you kind of had a Marvel character ready.
Yeah, if I were to give it a different one instead of Spider-Man, I would have to say that my favorite would be, shit, what was the comic I really enjoyed that came out of Marvel? There's so few of them. Oh,
Sadly.
Wow.
I can't say Champions.
Wow.
Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Yes, Miles Morales is the best.
So it's
more Marvel comics, Ryan.
Okay,
please.
Marvel isn't really
So,
doing great
My
right now,
my
but we'll
issue
get
with
into
Marvel is
later.
that with. Oh, do you want to explain it, Thomas?
Thomas, is
Wait,
your
wait,
mic what's going on with your? Could you move it closer to your face? Yeah, put on the other side. Take off the other side. Switch it.
No. My mic. I'm using my mic. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you're
hear you
kind
of
fine. It's like muffled.
Oh yeah, my mic is a little muffled, but that's.
Yes.
Oh god.
Okay, I'm sorry you guys can't see it, but Bobby just put on a replica of
Star-Lord's mask.
I
Yeah.
guess I'm not good with names today. Yeah, Star-Lord's mask.
Yeah, but
Is that
all right.
rubber?
No, it's plastic.
So cool.
All right, Ryan, what did you want me to explain?
No, I was wondering if you could explain it because with Marvel, what happened was they decided they wanted to apply to a new medium, so they pretty much readapted all their characters, which is why we got Miss Marvel Kamala Khan, the first Muslim superhero created by Marvel. Keyword there. People have tried to catch me on that. I'm like, no, I know how I word things. They had a bunch of other different heroes that were also created to reflect a newer medium. However, they didn't produce anything worthy of said medium, so they would have 53 comics coming out versus only 23 of them actually did something. In fact, more than half of their comic book runs by I believe 6 months to a year of going into them were canceled, including Silver Surfer. I can't give you a full list, but I remember reading an article on it. But regardless of which, Miles Morales was maybe my favorite superhero at this moment because of how good of a Spider-Man he is, and because of how well he's intertwined himself with the Marvel Universe at this point. And it's just wonderful because he was also the center point of Civil War II, which was kind of garbage, and Secret Empire, which was fucking awesome, despite how deadly it was.
I wanted to read Civil War 2, but now that you said it was garbage, I don't know about the...
It was so much better than the first one, but it just wasn't as driven.
Wait, was that the one in which they had the? Oh, I probably don't want to say this. Is that the one in which they had the little break with Miles Morales, where it was him and Spider-Gwen going off on an adventure?
No,
Or was that Civil War? That was
I
Secret.
think that
Those were
was,
Secret Wars, weren't they?
No, that wasn't. No, not at
No,
all.
that's more recent.
That
It
might
was
have been
one of the
Spider.
Wars ones.
Wait, just
it was one of
preface
the.
this. Any major Marvel event or any major DC event will typically happen in its own time, whereas the
It
Secret
wasn't a
Wars
major event. It was just
for-
like a little break type thing. It wasn't like a major
Yeah,
event.
it was
It
a
was going on
4-part.
during one of the other ones.
Yeah, it was a 4-parter that went on before Civil War II, but the point was
There you
that
go.
like, it'll tend to happen either without the continuity or within the continuity of it. But bottom line, they kissed and it was awesome, and they decided to not do anything with it, which was pretty funny. So I hope that Marvel does something with that in the future.
Definitely, especially because of what we saw. I'm not going to say anything else because it's spoilers, but because of what we saw in it, it's, yeah. By the way, if you haven't read it and you don't have money to go buy comics like myself, go watch Comic Storian. He does a bunch of stuff with that, and I'm a big advocate of his channel. So, yeah.
Not
I have a
promoted.
question. What is that series called? Where they have the team up?
It's just,
It was a single video, actually. It was a single one of the
I think it's just
videos.
Miles Morales' Spider-Man.
I can't reveal the title. I'll tell you later, but I can't tell you the title because the title of the video kind of...
Okay.
If anything, you can write in like I'm
Miles
sure
Morales, Spider-Man.
Just Spider-Man kisses Spider-Gwen, and then you're done. Like you'll get it instantly. By the way, we are on YouTube channel. We are doing our own videos, or we are collaborating for videos, and we're all in different locations in the U.S. currently. So we're not going to say go do this, go do that. We're going to recommend for you to do things. Everything here is a conversation that we all want to do, and we all feel like it should be talked about. And if it gets heated, it gets heated. That's just how it works. Hopefully,
that's not to
that
say-
happens.
That's not to say that podcasts are going to be the only stuff that we're doing. We are also going to be doing other stuff, like news, and eventually we might even do maybe playthroughs of different games and stuff if you guys want us to, if anyone ends up finding this video.
Going
there will
off
be.
of that, a couple ideas that I had is just like any mainstream game that gets recommended, I play through. I do a playthrough of, or one of you guys can do a playthrough of. So definitely like any superhero game. So Thomas and I are getting Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, even though that's not like
That's awesome.
even though that's not like a popular game, we would do a full walkthrough of it. So we would 100% it, and we would post that online. Granted that we actually have the money to afford a capture card.
That's going to be expensive as hell.
If these do well, we'll keep on doing them. If anything, we'll do we'll just do like a kind of like a pilot, in a sense of like whatever games we want to record, we'll just pilot it on the channel, and if you guys take to it, we'll keep on doing it.
Yeah,
and like
whatever you guys want us
it's
to do.
kind of like any other gaming channel. Like if a video gets a certain number of likes, we'll set a goal. If it gets that number of likes, we'll keep doing it, and so on and so on. But one definite game that I want to do, and hopefully it turns out to be successful, is the new Spider-Man game coming up.
Yes.
Yeah.
They showed Mr. Negative in the trailer. That was awesome.
Speaking of other games, one thing that I'm definitely planning on doing for this channel, once I get a capture card for my DS, I'll be doing the newer Pokemon games, but I have ROMs and stuff that I can do older ones as well as even like I think I could get a Sun and Moon ROM.
Nice.
Please,
All right,
no one from Nintendo hears that. Oh God.
All right, let's.
And yeah, we might be able to do something with that, with the correct giving of copyrights and stuff.
At this point, this is all just speculation. Like this is the first time we're recording, so we don't know how successful, if successful at all, that this will be. But we're hoping is that people will spread the word about what we talk about, what we plan on doing for the future, and so that way we can just consistently improve. Because we might suck to start off. But
Every
the thing
podcast
is,
sucks to start.
Over time, we will continue to get better. We will have more content. We will have more ideas. And we will also take ideas from people that, suggest things.
Yeah, and we will talk about like stuff in the news, like any casting announcements, but those will not be in podcast. Podcast will be specifically like discussions about upcoming movies, our favorite superhero, etc. Now let's get back on track. Bobby, your favorite Marvel hero?
Well, I don't know if you saw, but I did put on my Star-Lord mask.
If anyone could
Naughty
have missed it.
Yeah. So I'm going as Star-Lord for Comic-Con. But Star-Lord's not my favorite Marvel superhero. Just the entirety of the Guardians of the Galaxy are.
We'll get to teams eventually.
Oh yeah, teams are gonna be fun.
Well, they're my favorite. If I had to choose one person or alien from them, it'd definitely be Groot. Just because Groot.
Okay, that's
Groot is
legit my
awesome.
nickname from high school.
Yep.
No one can yeah,
Hey,
so that's
Groot.
entirely true. Like that's like a known thing at this point.
Yeah.
Groot was your nickname in high school?
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like really tall. Like if you guys might be able to see it eventually, if like we ever play any Wii Fit games or anything like that, which probably is never gonna happen.
We
But
fit.
What is being fit?
Yeah,
Hey, I just hit the gym. You can't even say that.
yeah, you're the only
You hit.
one.
Hey, we go.
Hey,
me,
wait,
and
why'd
me
you
and Bobby
lose
go.
Jim? And how hard you hit him?
Yeah, who's Jim and why'd you hit him?
Oh my
What'd he do?
God. Oh boy.
The corny.
It's good to have
Alright.
someone else who thinks this way. Thank you, Bobby.
So Groot. Yeah, we have Groot all over our common
And
area.
yeah, and if like literally Baby Groot is hanging on my door right now, and if I had to choose like an actual person who could speak and communicate better, it'd be Star-Lord.
Why does no one choose Rocket Raccoon? Come on.
That's a fair
Well, I
point.
love
I
Rocket.
mean,
I just,
Everyone loves
He's
Rocket.
the mortal. He might be a mortal version of Deadpool in this comedy.
Honestly, though.
Fair enough. Yeah, kinda.
Well, no,
Like,
Gwenpool.
I also
Gwenpool
just
is.
kind of think Rocket's an unnecessary dick. Like
Yeah.
in
Fair
the,
enough.
That's
Yeah,
Fair
like,
enough.
in the
Although
second,
it's shown more like that in the movies than it has actually been before in like cartoons and comics and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
okay,
he is
cartoons don't count. Let me just.
he
let me
is
just put that
more
out.
along the lines of
Cartoons
just like the weapons person, the weapons guy of the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I know there's more to his character than that, but you know, I've read one Guardian. Like I've only really read. Oh, actually, I've read Black Vortex, and I've also read Volume 1. I forget what it's called. But I've read those two, and just from what I've seen of Rocket, he's the weapons guy. There's more to him than the weapons guy, but there's not enough more to him, if that makes any sense.
Fair enough.
That he's my favorite. For me, Star-Lord's my favorite, like hands
Okay.
down, from the Guardians. Besides Groot, because I feel like everyone's favorite is Groot.
Yeah.
Also, on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bit of
fair enough.
Rocket Raccoon, it was really sad because Marvel like desperately did like different spin-offs of the Guardians. Like they even did like a Rocket Raccoon adventure where he actually tries to get caught by Kraven in Manhattan, and he actively like punches out Kraven, and it's really funny. But they really haven't expanded on his origin at all. But I hope to see that later. But it's really funny because Groot took center stage after the movie. Meanwhile, he has like a little bit more information about himself than Rocket, which is really freaking funny. Because they met in a prison cell. By the way, Comic Historian has an origin story about those two as well, so please go and watch that.
All right.
Thomas, you're up next.
Oh,
I
'cause-
still can't think of a DC character.
dude, I can think of
Marvel.
I can
Oh,
think
DC,
of
yeah,
four
yeah,
for
my
you.
bad.
I can think of four for you right now. But anyway, so this character is a fairly new character. I would have chosen someone from the X-Men, but just this
I
character
think I know who you're about to say.
because I love the X-Men with a passion. But beside that, this character, they're more recent. They're from a property I really don't like, Humans.
Wow.
It's Miss.
Okay, then that's completely off par for what I thought you were going for too.
It's Miss
Yeah.
Marvel, Kamala Khan. Someone already said Spider-Man, but Kamala Khan. Wait, what did you guys think I was gonna say?
One of the spider people from the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah, that's true. I would have chosen someone.
How does that relate in context though? He just said his favorite is X-Men, but his favorite character from the Inhumans.
No, because they
Yeah, I know.
because
that's
everyone
why
knows
he
me
said
and they know
never
I like
mind,
they
because
know I
he
like
said they were
spiders.
Inhumans.
Well, I like the spider people, not so much spiders. Fuck spiders. But no, Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. I fucking love her. I love her comics. I love her powers. I love that she's basically a fangirl in the Marvel Universe. Not Gwenpool. I love Gwenpool because she's also a fangirl, but she's from our world to the comics. Kamala Khan grew up in the comics. She makes Avengers fan fiction, first off. But just her powers, the situation she's in, I feel like they're very relevant. I like her story. I love that she's kind of the de facto leader of the champions, though that's for debates with Cyclops. But Miss Marvel, she's just such a great character, such a good showing of what a legacy character is. Kind of like how Miles was a good legacy character. Dick Grayson is a good legacy character. Kamala Khan is an amazing character with powers and stories, and I love her.
I'm realizing that I'm triggered at myself right now because I should have said Kamala Khan. I said my favorite Marvel superhero, my favorite Marvel hero, just because she's had some really great storylines fairly recently, and because of all she represents and all she is.
Exactly, but her and Miles are a good
because
team.
Miles, I kind of dropped off at Miles, but they didn't give Kamala any good storylines as of the last couple of issues, I believe. But
yeah, her last couple weren't the best, but when she started off. She was strong.
It was awesome. Oh my god.
But yeah, it really is a tie between Miles and Kamala Khan. But if I had to choose a different Spider, it would probably be Ben Reilly just for his Scarlet Spider costume. Just purely on costumes.
I still need to pick up volumes 1 through 3 on that. I bought volume 4.
Wait, the new one?
Of Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider?
Costume or the old?
What is it?
Oh, no. His original, where it was just a blue hoodie with a black spider on it with the red jumpsuit.
Okay, because I was about to say, the new one is absolutely garbage.
Oh, Bobby, no,
the new one's
that's Kane.
Annoying.
That's what? Kane. That's a different Scarlet Spider. That's Kane.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, for all those who don't know Scarlet Spiders and Spider-Man in general, you know what?
Let's not go into that. Let's not get into the spiders.
Yeah, let's not get into the spiders.
That's a video on itself.
There's 2 separate costumes for 2 separate people. That's really all I was going to say.
Yeah, alright. So, I said my piece about Kamala, because she's amazing and I love her. Jesse.
Yay.
Come on.
He really does not like DC.
I just don't know enough about the DC characters, to tell you the truth.
Then just pick one.
Who looks the best? I mean, all my favorite DC characters are all villains. The superheroes are all just kind of... I'd have to say my favorite one, the only one I've ever been able to watch without just completely face-palming, I'd have to say, would be the original Superman. The goody two-shoes, pure Superman. I'm sorry, but
yes. Bobby shaking his head.
I hate Superman.
You see, it doesn't work as well for Captain America. Captain America, I liked a little bit of darkness that the movies have given him and stuff. But Superman was just so much better in those original ones. This Man of Steel is just not as good.
Oh no, I don't like Man of Steel.
Minus number 4, because we do not talk about number 4.
Oh, wait, you're talking about movie Superman.
Oh, yeah. Like Superman 4.
I thought Christopher Reeve was fantastic.
Oh yeah,
he's the only version of Superman I enjoy.
Because he embodies everything for really Superman.
Good. But I mean, that's also coming from someone who, I guess, still doesn't know better and still likes Batman and Robin.
Whoa, the movie?
The movie?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a discussion for another video.
Wait. Was that the George Clooney directed one?
Isn't that the one
yes,
with...
that's the one with George Clooney as Batman and Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. It's ice to meet
all the ice puns.
And
all the ice puns.
I'm pretty sure Kevin Nash as Bane. I'm pretty sure that's
right. And Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. Bane doesn't have any
lines in that movie, does it?
Exactly.
Bane has no lines. He is the worst character. I can stand Mr. Freeze because I enjoy the ice puns and I enjoy his character. I can't stand Bane.
Kind of also brought up that movie a little bit.
Uma Thurman was a decent Poison Ivy, but what brought that movie down besides Bane?
I'm just gonna stop this conversation. We should have a separate video on.
Yeah, this will be a separate
where
video,
we're just trash talking.
There is too much shit to debunk in this.
Yeah.
Movie.
All right. So.
Man. So I mean, this is also coming from someone who likes the Super Mario Bros. Movie, so...
All right, we're moving on. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Jesse suggested this. Jesse suggested this before. Superheroes that are not in comics. Well, I would okay.
Not superheroes specifically, but just like heroes, like and people who are for the good side, main characters in their stories, that type of thing. Could I go first with this?
Yeah.
I was going to specify it, but
shoot your shot.
Now it would usually be between two people, but I think just to get a wider range, I have to go with my second one. My first one would always be Percy Jackson.
Respect.
My second one would have to be the Avatar, no matter no matter who, what reincarnation it is.
Okay. When you say Avatar, I thought you meant blue people
They all
at
have
first.
their different powers. They all have their different upsides, their different downsides. Korra is my personal favorite, but I just like the whole concept. Just
I'm sorry, you're
like
wrong.
all of them. It's
I'm
just
sorry,
kinda,
you're wrong. Kyoshi is the best Avatar because she will bathe in the blood of her enemies.
It all dies for
Roku had a dragon bitch.
You're right. All right. Whoever jumps in first gets to. All right, Bobby.
So I don't know if they count as heroes, but the kids from It.
They count as heroes.
I've never seen it, so I can't say anything. I can't be devil's advocate on this.
All right. So
but
then,
they fought a demon clown. That's all I can say.
The movie was fantastic.
I'm gonna pick another one then.
But if you haven't seen
okay.
it, go see it. It's fantastic.
I don't have to be able to prove you wrong. I mean,
no, I don't.
I
don't
like
wanna,
it, but I mean,
I can't really talk about it without spoiling it, and I don't really want to spoil it.
I really don't care about spoilers because I'm never going to see it.
Plus, give it a month until let it be in theaters for a little longer.
I will go with Kick-Ass.
All right, Kick-Ass is a comic book character, but still, his movie was way better.
He's outside of DC and
that is true.
Marvel.
He is outside of DC and Marvel.
So and the reason being is just he's a guy just trying to do the right thing, even though he's not like athletic or talented in fighting. He's just a guy trying to do the right thing and help people. And it could be as small as going around town with a missing cat flyer and asking people if they've seen Mr. Mittens, or it could be taking down a crime boss with a rocket launcher.
That was like the most. As an owner of two cats, that was like the most generic cat name ever. Well done. That's all I can say. It's just well done.
That was such a great movie. All right, Ryan.
Well, I would. It's really funny because you could make the argument that one of these people is not a hero, but I'm going to say two anyway. I'm sure it'll trigger a lot of people on the internet, especially over YouTube. Kirigaya Kazuto of Sword Art Online, as his Kirito form in the video games, and Natsu Dragonio from Fairy Tail. The reason why I'm not going with like Ichigo or Naruto or otherwise is just because I will personally say that I'm that bitch who just doesn't follow through with like the rest of the arc and with anime and manga. So it's just too long for me. It's just too long for me to go through. But Kirito, because he's the only guy who seems to have the smarts, or at least have the cunning to figure out what the fuck is going on with these idiots and playing around with technology. And then Unatsu, because he just punches everybody. Like
I can't even diss those choices because I mean Kazuto just has so much flip and plot armor. He meets someone and within 5 minutes they're his bitch. So
hey, that's not true.
And Naruto. I can't say anything for the Natsu. Yeah, I know. I've watched Fairy Tail. I have watched Fairy Tail.
Okay.
Ursa personally.
All right, so we are going into anime territory.
Just a little bit.
All right,
You couldn't get away from it. I mean,
I'll be honest. I haven't watched. I was into anime in high school, obviously, but I stopped myself. I watched One Punch Man, kept myself from it, got dragged back in by Dragon Ball Super, and now I'm just back into the black hole. But the one that has actually given me one of my favorite heroes. I have two favorite heroes, but I'm going to talk about one of them right now. Deku from My Hero Academia.
Oh, I still think
you didn't have to choose anime.
Okay. Like, I know.
No, I read the manga. I'm
Yeah,
already caught up with everything.
Okay. It's not even that he has the greatest power. It's the fact that the dude, he breaks his fingers while using his power and still keeps going. He still tries his damnedest.
So was SpongeBob, but you don't hear anyone saying that he's their favorite hero.
Oh, fuck off.
Can I just say I'm surprised none of us have actually said this in terms of favorite hero. Ash Ketchum.
No.
Nope.
No.
Sorry.
No. You
I
want
lost horse.
to say one of those has one of your favorite characters? You have to say someone from Digimon because Digimon did TV shows, Pokemon does games. It's always been that way, and it always will
Okay, we're
be.
not getting into that.
I'm sorry.
Not only that, but I lost all respect for the writers of Pokemon when they made Ash Greninja lose to a Mega Charizard when two things were true: type advantage and a fucking water Rasen Shuriken. Like, how the fuck do you lose? How the fuck
Water
do you
Rasengan.
lose to that? Like,
And I'm betting, did Ash's Greninja have protein?
No, it
Yes.
didn't. No, it didn't.
Come on!
No, it
Every
didn't.
single move it uses is freaking stab.
It didn't have
Like,
protein.
you don't get better.
That was actually
Okay,
something
well,
I complained
either way-
about. That was something I complained
Yeah,
about. It didn't have protein. All right.
the writers at this point.
Red is just Red would be. If you haven't seen it, there's this video. It's like a spoof video of Ash versus Red online. I don't remember who it's by, but it's like the funniest thing ever.
All right. But yeah, Deku, and I'm gonna go with another. He is a hero. I consider him a hero. And it's not because of political stuff recently, though. I do like his mantra of "punch Nazis."
Donald Trump.
No,
Wait,
get
what?
out. Indiana
wait.
Jones.
Okay,
Indiana
so we're kicking
Jones.
Bobby out of the call now.
Indiana Jones.
We don't talk politics. We don't talk politics on this channel.
No, we're not talking
We
politics.
don't talk politics on this channel.
but
I'm
his-
just letting you know we don't talk politics on this channel.
No.
Except it has a direct reference into the comic book itself. That's the only exception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
that's never gonna happen.
Or to the
Oh,
source
Hey,
material.
it happens.
Or to the source material of Indiana Jones punching Nazis. But Indiana Jones is just such a great character.
Yeah, hero.
He is a hero, but like
I'd say he's a hero.
when George Lucas and Steven Spielberg were trying to come up with this character, I think it was, I don't remember, one of them said, "Hey, we should make our own James Bond." And I think it was Steven Spielberg who said, "No, I have something cooler than James Bond. Indiana
They
Jones."
succeeded.
Oh yeah,
They
I
so terribly succeeded.
like James Bond, but Indiana Jones is just perfect
I
in
completely
every
agree
way.
with you.
We do not talk about the fourth one and possibly the fifth one coming up, but the original trilogy of Indiana Jones is one of the greatest trilogies ever, and Indiana
Well, fourth
Jones
one.
makes that exactly.
Just one thing I want to say about Indiana Jones, and then we're dropping it because this is a discussion for another video. But I just want to put it out there. That thing with the fridge is bullshit.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, but
But that was in the
Wait,
fourth.
what?
the
Wait,
thing
was
with
that
the
in the
gun
fourth one?
versus the sword is so much is
Okay,
yeah.
that's a badass moment that Indiana Jones had. Like,
Completely
yeah,
improvised.
And all because
Yeah.
he was sick that day and
Mhm.
had been running the same sword scene like 50 or like 10 different times already that day.
exactly.
Completely
And Harrison
improvised.
Ford makes Indy. He is one of the greatest heroes, in my personal opinion, outside of comics, outside of anime, outside of cartoons, just in movies.
I'm interested
Indiana
to see that
Jones.
scene now. I'll have to look it up on YouTube.
Oh, it's fantastic. Wait, are we talking the fridge scene or the sword scene?
Everything.
You have to
I might as
rewatch
well just
the
rewatch
movies?
the movie.
When-
Have you not like, seen every single
Honestly-
Indiana Jones movie several times?
Honestly,
I've not seen it several times. I've seen it like once or twice.
Ryan,
Like
if I
each
get the
time a new
chance,
one came out, I watched one of the old ones.
honestly, Ryan, if I get the chance, I am driving over to where you are, and we need to get everyone together, and we need to binge watch the first three
That'll
Indy
be-
movies.
We need to watch
We'll
something.
negotiate that another time, but I'll be free by December. I'll be free by like mid to late December.
Hey, Sam.
Oh, give me a second. My screen's going dark. You
Bye,
guys
Jesse.
Oh no, fades
Oh,
into
that's great.
fades into
really
darkness. All right, if you can't see, he's
Put on the
fading into
Pennywise-
darkness.
There we go.
Put on the Pennywise mask, and then like you're it now.
Hiya, Georgie.
Hiya, Georgie.
Oh no. Okay, no. I just slowly dragging myself away from my computer.
Put your boat back.
Georgia Bootback.
Okay, so we've talked about favorite superheroes and stuff like that. What else can we do now? Can we do video games, or should we just do like character profiles for ourselves? Like, what can people expect from each of us as this podcast and stuff goes on?
Oh, my list.
All right, yeah, like okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to limit it. Each of us is going to have our own category. Like, there's an anime category. There's the anime guy. There's the video game guy. There's the comics guy. And there's the movie.
But then there also has to be, like,
there's the movie
personality
guy.
traits as well. Like, a single personality trait as well.
Yeah, okay, so your category, your personality traits. Yeah, if you want to leave the video, I wouldn't blame you. But we're going to make this interesting because we're only 50 minutes in, and we're probably going to go for another 10 15 minutes, 20 at times.
I might have to leave as well because my dining hall closes at 8 o'clock.
Okay, so yeah, we'll speed this up. We'll do it for the next 10 minutes. All right, so category, personality traits, and you know what? Your favorite recent comic.
Great.
Shit.
Someone who's not near.
Okay.
All right, I got.
Okay, fine.
Give
a recommendation.
Video game.
No, I was gonna say
your favorite character over all things.
Okay, fine.
So from like any platform?
Yeah, anything.
And,
absolutely anything. Comics, books, video games, anything.
All right, so Bobby, go first.
All right, so I'm Bobby. If you can.
Hi, Bobby.
No, we're not.
Hi, Bobby.
We're not doing Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm probably gonna be more of the comic, graphic novel, video game, movie kind of guy, because that those three things are my passions. It's really what I love. I have at least 40 comics next to my bed right now that I have to read all of them, so that's gonna be fun.
You can do it.
I don't really know how to describe my personality, so I'm gonna let Tom do it for me.
All right, no, that's valid.
What a cop out.
That's valid. We live together. I need to know this. Pretty chill. He doesn't really take shit from people. And Ron Swanson. That's all I'm saying.
So he'll be the channel's Rock.
Like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, or
no, like Rock as in like stable.
Oh,
like not stable. Like
Honestly, he is the most imposing of us, so he probably would be our Rock.
Yeah, like that.
All right. Wait. And real quick, Bobby, it's all right. Favorite character, just in general.
Oh, shit, man. So I would probably say him because he's across basically all platforms: TV, movies, video games, comics, Batman.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Ryan.
So I grew up with comics, but at the same time, I'm kind of that logistical scientific guy, but I will end up having my own personality. It's pretty much this. If you want to hear it, I'll tell you what I want to tell you about it or what you ask about it. Otherwise, I'm going to give you the whole fucking kit and caboodle because that's just what I do. Some people find it
true. It's true. He explains everything.
If you guys find it annoying, then I'll end up shutting up after I speak. So either way, we got a consensus on that.
In case people haven't realized this by now, we are going to curse on this podcast.
Yeah. I'll put a warning at the beginning.
Throughout the podcast, we will be cursing. If you are a young child with no headphones in and your parents hear that, we apologize immediatly. So.
I feel like that should have been at the beginning.
I'll throw in a warning.
Don't worry. Whoever edits this will put Ryan's email in at the end. Just have your parents email him. No one else does that.
We don't want to deal with it.
Damn. All right. And Ryan, favorite character. Oh, that's a beautiful fucking sunset.
I don't really have one. I like all of them equally. I will never really have a favorite character. I do have favorite people in my life, but I don't have favorite characters. So I'm going to be that guy.
All right, Jesse.
So if you couldn't tell, I'm going to be the devil's advocate just because I find it really, really fun to mess with people. But I'm also probably going to be the dirtiest one of this, so be careful, all young viewers, and all old viewers as well. Hi.
Jesus.
And yeah, I'm just kind of gonna be that guy,
You're
as
also
Ryan put it, but just in a different way.
You're also the most logical, which is why I consider you the Spock.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I'd have to say I'm Spock, but during that time of the year. So
All right. And
any Star Trek the original series fans will get that joke. Trust me. If you don't, then just Kirk fighting Spock. That's all you need to know.
All right.
But yeah, for my favorite character, I'd have to say Cade Six from Destiny, because he's just the funniest character I've ever seen in a video game that isn't like specifically a comedy game. He's just he's awesome.
What about the dude from Portal 2? What was his name? Wheatley?
I like Wheatley, but just in a different way. Like, Wheatley is funny without realizing it.
Okay.
Cade means to be like, I really just don't care about this. I'm just gonna be awesome, and that's it.
Also, Cade's the funny man of the three-man fire team of himself, Zavala, and Ikora, so it's really, really funny.
Get your rock off my map.
Nice.
All right, Tom.
All right. I'm gonna be the comics, movies, TV. Wow, yeah, movies, TV guy.
Oh, wait. Sorry.
Yeah, Jesse
sorry.
didn't say.
Yeah, I didn't actually say that. I went right into the personality trait. I'm going to be video games and movies, basically, because that is my major exposure to both comic book characters and other things. Pokemon, as well as first-person shooters like Destiny and Halo. Any futuristic first-person shooters that means COD, just leave. Yeah.
Nice.
Also,
I
I'm
don't
a
mean you to leave, but that's just not me. So.
Also, I'm a Pokemon guy too, and so is Tom.
Yep.
So we'll probably be doing a review of it while Jesse does the actual playthrough.
Yep. All right, but yeah, movies, TV, comics. Like, on my calendar on my desk, I actually have like the release dates and premieres of TV shows, movies.
Oh, you're better than I am.
Like, I love the new Dark Knight's Metal event going on, so I have like a list of every day that each one comes out, whether it's the actual thing or tie-in. So yeah, you could tell I love comics. Personality traits, like, I guess, like, more laid back, like, I really don't give a shit. Especially lately, I need help. I'm just kidding.
That is also true, though.
But if you actually do need help, like, get help. Don't let your pride get ahead of you. I'm sorry. I'm also very, like, pro getting help for people. I need help. But
he needs help with getting help.
Yes, exactly. No, but and a character.
So before this turns into a therapy session.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
This is
careful here.
Alright, this is technically two characters, but it's from one of my favorite movies of all time, from one of my favorite directors of all time. It's two characters. I don't care. They're basically one whole person. Jay and Silent Bob from The View of School.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's a really good choice.
Yeah, from Clerks, Mallrats, Dogma, Chasing Amy, Jay and Silent Bob
Get Old.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Clerks 2. But just Jay and Silent Bob, they're just the greatest bromance of all time. They also complete each other. Jay is the very loud and eccentric one that makes plans, and he randomly goes into singing. $15, little man, put that shit in my hand. And Silent Bob is, well, silent, but he always, when he does speak, he has the greatest lines ever.
Like the ultimate one-liners.
And also, he is Kevin Smith. Like, Kevin Smith is in his own movies, and I just love him. But yeah, Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, because the person who created characters actors is never in their own movies. Stanley.
Okay, he makes cameos. Silent Bob is usually in some way part of the story. Like in
Fair enough.
Mallrats, he played the VHS that got that Ben Affleck arrested.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Which saying Ben Affleck getting arrested?
Quickly, just a thing, because Thomas actually reminded me of this by bringing up the calendar thing. Any Pokemon fans who are watching this, I'm not sure when this will go up. Hopefully it goes up soon. But as of...
It'll go up within a day.
Today, as of October 2nd, they are still doing this Pokemon Pikachu wearing Ash's cap event on the Pokemon website. If you have the Pokemon newsletter, they give you a link to go to the website. If not, you might be able to search it up and find it. And yeah, they give you a code to put it into your different games, and depending on when you put it in, you can get a different one. Like Johto/Kanto's already gone. Hoenn is ending October 2nd, and then they're going to keep doing more. So,
when Sinnoh comes out, I need to get that.
It's really cool. So yeah.
All right, and we have hit the hour mark. Any last remarks, like Jesse's, before we go? No, nothing? Okay.
I would just say if you have any recommendations, any ideas, or just any suggestions for what you want to hear us talk about in later videos, leave it in the comment section, and we will try to do it as best as we can. Like, we have a full list of ideas that we have set up before we even started, filming the podcast. But eventually those ideas will run thin. So we're always looking for suggestions on what to talk about. If you have something that you want one of us to play, then we will play it. And if you want someone specifically to play it, so like, let's say hypothetically someone wanted us to do the Deadpool walkthrough, and then more specifically they wanted Jesse to do the Deadpool walkthrough, let us know. And we'll try to do it as fast as we can, but video game walkthroughs might take a little bit because I don't believe any of us have a capture card.
No, and those are expensive.
No, not yet.
And they are pretty expensive.
You see, anything we can do on our computers, we could do pretty much right away, though, because those programs are usually pretty easy to get.
So
it's other things, though.
If someone wanted one of us to do a Pokemon Insurgents walkthrough, which is a fan-made game, I have it on my computer. I'd be willing to start a new game. Or if Jesse has it on his computer and he hasn't played it before, you can go in blind and kind of be new. I've already played through it, so.
You see, the thing is, you can't go in blind when you've already watched someone else play it. So, but yeah,
that is true.
There are other games. There are other Pokemon fan games. They're just ROMs and stuff that we can get. Once again, Nintendo gods, please. But yeah, just other than that, anything you guys might want us to do, and don't forget to like that hit button. No,
like that hit button.
Hit that like button.
Don't forget everyone to like that hit button, and we will see you all.
It's like that hit button. That's it.
Yeah, and we'll talk to you guys next time we get up a video, which we're trying to do this on a weekly basis, so see you guys then.
And yeah, so that's the end, and hopefully we hope you enjoyed this. This has been the Geeks Among Us podcast. We will have more videos like news and stuff, but this is our first video. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you.
Don't forget to like that hit button, everyone.
That's gonna be our logo now. Just don't forget to like that hit button. All right. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.